Hey everybody, welcome to the Man of Leek. I'm John as always, and we're back in the car, so you know what that means. It's time for another pre-release. It's War of the Spark pre-release. It is Saturday, April something, 27th? Let's go with 27th. We're going to go over to the Gamers Emporium, and we're going to play War of the Spark, a format that I've played a lot of already, thanks to the Wizard-sponsored event and it just being up on Arena. We'll see how it goes in paper. There's going to be more Planeswalkers, because everybody gets a promo Planeswalker, and some people will get a promo Planeswalker and a promo Planeswalker. So we'll see how that goes. It should be fun. Should be a good 6-round event today. And then, of course, I'll come home and then go back tomorrow morning for another quick 4-round event. And we'll see how it goes. So let's go to the store. This pool's bad. This pool's really bad. My promos were Samit as my Planeswalker, and my rare was the Brutal Devastation or whatever, the Amass Wipe, which is fine. But every single rare that I had was double color pipped. So I had Mizium Tank at 1 red. I had Massive Brutality or whatever it is. Enter the God Eternals, Tolsimir, and some other stuff that I can't really cast because it's all every color. So it's not great. 0 rare Planeswalkers. All of my Planeswalkers are uncommon. It's a bad pool. It's a really, really, really awful pool. So I'm playing red-blue, sort of spells with no real payoffs. I've got 1 Spellgorger and a Saheeli, I suppose. Splashing black because I need to play the City-wide Brutality, whatever the heck that card's called, and the Enter the God Eternals, and I'm also splashing for an Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. This pool's super bad. At my table was 2 Ob Nixilis opened, an Oketra was opened, a Kefnet was opened, and I got the short end of the stick for sure. So this is going to be a good challenge for me, I suppose. I definitely don't think that it's going to go too well. Maybe I can steal some wins, I hope. The curve is very low, 2 drops, 3 drops, a couple of Aven Eternals, flyers, some very mild red removal. So I'm going to hope that we get there. But I guess let's go play, and let's hope tomorrow's I Open the Bomb, which is, I guess, the name of the game of this format. So let's go try. So round 1's finished up. I finished up real fast, actually. Game 1, I just conceded like probably 3, 4, 5 turns too early because my opponent had played Roalesk into Challenger Troll, into Massacre Girl, into me not having very much. But game 2, I was fast. I was real fast. Burning Prophet came out. I've come up on that card since thinking about that card as like a as an Omen speaker that just doesn't scry immediately, but scries over the course of a couple of turns. She's pretty good. Mizium Tank came out on 3, and I just had it on every single turn. And I just crushed him really, really fast in game 2. Game 3, he stumbled on having relevant creatures, basically. I had removal for a couple of things. And again, I had the tank down and the Burning Prophet down. Narset actually did some real work, and I took him down again. I did not deserve to win that match. His deck has Roalesk, Massacre Girl, double Ob Nixilis' Cruelty, Challenger Troll, so much removal, Chandra's Triumph. He's going to do very, very well. And I stole a win away, I guess. So we'll see how round 2 goes, but I don't think this is going to continue. But apparently if I can kill them by turn 5, we can get there. So let's see how it goes. Well, game 2, I was up against Steven. And it didn't go as well. But it was primarily my deck that kind of ruined me there. Game 1, I beat him quite fast. The deck did exactly what it did against James. It played low drops really fast, played the tank, and stomped him. Game 2, I kept the 2-lander on the draw, figuring, hey, I'd get there. I had an island and a swamp, and I had a couple playable cards, and I just needed a third land. I never got a third land. He just crushed me by like turn 5. He's playing a 2-drop, 3-drop Rakdos aggro deck. No bombs, really, no planeswalkers other than Tibble, just crushing people. Game 3, same thing. I kept 3 mountains and the tank, and I had a bunch of blue cards in hand. Just had to draw a blue land by turn 4 or 5. Next blue land was 12 cards down, I counted. So my deck just didn't show up, unfortunately. So the deck still is seeming okay as long as I'm not up against crazy bombs. Luckily that match I wasn't, but I lost. So we'll see what I do in the 1-1 bracket. I still don't have high hopes for this deck. It's not good. So finished up round 2, and I went and grabbed some lunch, a nice soggy pre-made grocery store sandwich, but hey, it worked. So round 3 I was up against Xiao. Haven't played against him before. I think he's new to the store, maybe not, I don't know. But the deck did what the deck wanted to do. It played the Aven Eternals on turn 3, which is apparently all I have to do. That card's really, really good, and if people are trying to dirtle in any way, shape, or form, you just run them over, and that's what I did. Game 1, I had him crushed with Aven Eternal. I actually got to use, can't remember the name of the card still, Widespread Brutality. I was able to wipe the board except for my giant army and his little piddly army, and took him down there. Game 2, it was just both Aven Eternals out, plus the armies, plus an ever-growing Spellgorger Weird, and I took him down. First game finished. I think I've got 40 minutes left of this 50-minute round, so slow format, what? Yeah, if you want to be aggro, I think you can be aggro. So let's see how the last 3 rounds go, but currently 2-1, so maybe we'll do better. So it's working. It's working. This is pod racing. I was up against another person that I haven't played before. I think his name was Zhen. Yeah, game 1, Aven Eternals. That card, if you don't open bombs, just play your Aven Eternals. They're super good. Nobody is able to kill flyers. If they're not able to just flat out kill them, they don't have blockers for them. They're spending a lot of time dirtling around, and I just killed them with flyers really fast. This time around, it was bouncing them with Rescuer Griffins to make even big versions of Aven Eternals. Took him down very fast in game 1. Game 2, he kept a 1-lander, got stuck on 2 lands, and I did not. And again, Aven Eternal, Aven Eternal, Aven Eternal. And yeah, I think my last 2 matches have taken a total of 15 minutes altogether. So at least I've had a lot of breaks. Yeah, this blue-red spells deck actually looks really good. I'm hoping that you can draft it really well, because my garbage version of it is doing really well. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm 3-1, 2 matches left, and with a little bit of a lower attendance this time around, that could guarantee me prizes. So we'll see how it goes. So can't stop, won't stop winning, I guess. I'm 4-1. I faced Evan, somebody who I have faced a fair bit before. Evan was on, it appeared to be black-red. He played Ilharg at one point, but luckily what I like about the gods is that you have that window. I was able to Obnix's Cruelty it, and then Chandra's Pyrohelix, 1 to it, 1 to his other 1/1, and I had already been flooding him pretty heavily with servos and Aven Eternals and Amass tokens, and just really rapidly attacking him. Took him down in game 1. Game 2, he mulled down to 5, had some troubles, and yeah, just wasn't able to put up much of a defense to Aven Eternal, servo, copying an Aven Eternal. The deck's performing really well. It makes me really want to draft this blue-red spells deck. I think it might actually be quite real, because this sealed version is doing really good. Part of it is my opponent's land luck. They're helping me out quite a bit. Part of it is probably also that, you know, people are trying to dirtle a little bit, playing a bunch of random cards and such. But I'm 4-1. That probably guarantees me some sort of prize. And we've got 1 round left to go to try to go 5-1 or 4-2. Both are okay by me. So the final round, I was up against Riley, who was at table 2. His deck was pretty damn scary. He had Jace with double, or Spark double, meaning that he had double Jace once, twice. Not in our match, but in other people's matches. He had it a few times. But game 1, my commons, non-commons got there, Aven Eternals and instant speed lightning strike to the face. Relatively quickly finished off game 1. Game 2, he was a little bit flooded, but I won through triple Chandra's Pyrohelix, Chandra's Triumph, Teferi, Instant Speed, Wanderer's Strike, some other stuff on the board, double Law Rune Enforcer, thanks to Widespread Brutality, the card, the name of which I said to him so I would remember it this time around. And yeah, I took him down in 2, so I got 5 and 1, but we drew.
John's deck is pretty gross.
Damn right. Well, we're back in the car. Sunday morning. Got Starbucks. It's time for round 2. So we're gonna head back to the store. This time it's gonna be a little bit of a smaller one. We'll be in the main store as opposed to the venue across the parking lot. I thought yesterday's pool was bad, and I went 5 and 1 with it. So I guess I either hope that we open really well today compared to yesterday, or we open more Aven Eternals, maybe some Law Rune Enforcers, but yeah, we'll see. So let's get going. All right, so this pool went a lot better, I would say, which probably means I'm gonna go 0 and 4. Promo rare was Bontu, which is pretty darn good. Promo Planeswalker was a Johnny, also good, but obviously at that point we're in 3 colors already. Green-white, I have built, and it looks okay, but I don't think it has quite as much power. It kind of relies on drawing the Johnny. I'm splashing, if I'm doing green-white, which I'm not doing to start with, I'd have to splash for like Solar Blaze, with that being the only other real power. There's a Law Rune Enforcer as well, or whatever that's called. So green-white wasn't looking as good as it could have. The blue-black just looks really good though. We've got Commence the Endgame, Finale of Revelation, which I know I gave a bad grade, and it is just a worse version of every draw spell, but I think the fact that you can put it in wherever you can on the curve probably makes it pretty solid. Plus the Bontu, so we're just gonna be sort of control-ish, like 12 creatures, as opposed to my 9 yesterday. So yeah, we're gonna go blue-black, see how it goes. I can switch to green-white if need be, but yeah, let's go 4.
We have ignition.
Holy crap, round 1. I was up against Chris Tom, who opened Oketra, Ronus, Gideon, another god that he wasn't playing. Bontu, maybe he had 3 gods plus Gideon. Game 1, he crushed me really fast. I got stuck on lands a little bit. He dropped Ronus, he dropped Oketra, and I just gave up. There was no chance of winning that. Game 2, he dropped Ronus. I bounced him with a counterspell in hand. He dropped Oketra as I was waiting for him to redraw Ronus, so Oketra came down. I countered Ronus, and then I had enough walls. I had like a 6/6 zombie, it became a 7/7 zombie, I had a 4/5, and I had enough stuff to chump. And so Oketra couldn't get through. Then Gideon came down. I had a flyer, so I was able to keep Gideon down from being able to exile stuff, and the only way I was going to win was with Davriel and a copy of Davriel and keeping cards out of his hand, which I did. I beat 3 mythics. Game 3, unfortunately, because game 2 took so long, we had only a few minutes left to play. We both got stuck on lands. We couldn't do enough damage to each other at all, and we just went to time. So I'm currently 1 draw, no wins, no losses, but I'm past probably the scariest deck in today. So let's go see what we can do for round 2. So round 2 is done, up against Chris. Game 1, he did my trick. He played Davriel and then copied Davriel, and all I had done was play a Davriel and a Wall of Runes, and so he made me discard my hand quite a bit. I was about to get back into it. I had drawn Bontu, and then he proliferated, got his Davriels back up off of 1, and made me discard my Bontu and something else, and that was the end of me. Game 2, he mulled down to 5, so I just kind of hit the gas pedal. I played Angrath, amassed a whole bunch. I was eventually attacking him with like a 8/8 Menace amassed creature. I had brought Angrath back again. So I took him down to game 2. Game 3, I was just able to overwhelm. got out my Elite Guard Mage, Vizier the Scorpion. He wasn't able to draw much. He played Sorin on turn 4, but I had the D-Spark and the splash mana for it. So I took him down, so I'm 1-0-1. So I haven't lost yet. I am not going to be paired against the scary deck with 4 Mythics anymore. So yeah, see if we can win 2 more and get some prizes. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy to drop and go home and get some lunch. All right, so round 3 is over. So round 2, I got the pair down. I was 1 draw, and so I got paired down with an 0-1. This time I got paired up to a 2-0. I was up against Emilio. I haven't played Emilio yet. He's been coming to the store. Well, I have been kind of away from the store for a bit. Emilio was playing kind of red-green stompy. He had, as I very quickly found out, Awaken the V2 Ghazi. He cast it on turn 5 with Samit, so it was an 11-9 haste, and I died very, very fast. Game 2, though, I was able to be much more control-y, countered stuff, bounced stuff, and took him down pretty fast. And game 3 was a little bit more grindy, but I got Angrath out. Giving the board Menace is just super good. And so I took him down to 3. So I'm 2-0-1, meaning that I'm just shy of 3 O's, so I should be in the finals, I assume, next round. Not sure if I can draw or not, just to walk away with the packs, but should be in the finals. Deck's doing fine. Just that that first game draw kind of keep me back a little bit. So we'll see how it goes for final round. All right, so round 4 is over. I was up against Sean, who had drawn, so there were actually no 3-0s going into the final round. There was just 3 2-0-1s. So we looked at the standings, and it looked like pretty much guaranteed if me and Sean drew, we were both in the top 4, and top 4 gets 5 packs. So we drew, but we played for fun. Game 1 and game 2, I drew. Well, game 1 I drew no islands, so I was screwed there and just lost really fast. Game 2 I didn't draw an island until like turn 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that, but actually held out. A single 1-1 Death Toucher was enough to keep him at bay, and eventually I finished him off there. Game 3 I just didn't draw enough. He had Karn, which he went and fetched Parhelion with, but it didn't even get close enough for him to cast that before it was way over. I had Spark Double in my hand, and I had my 2 white splashes, but no planes, so he took me down, but we drew, so I should be top 4, which gives me 5 packs. So that's 13 packs over the weekend, which is not too bad, not too bad. Still don't super like the set. I'm hoping the draft is a lot better. It's very, very bomby, but I'm gonna grab my packs, head home, and then we'll wrap this up. Well, back at home. Event's over. Sure enough, I did finish, I think 3rd or 4th. Basically, top 4 didn't matter because all of us got 5 packs for top 4, so drawing worked. Yay! Yeah, so I walked away with 13 packs, which is not bad. I finished up with a record of 7 wins, 2 losses, and a single draw. Not too bad. Pretty successful pre-release weekend. One of my most successful in the past few sets, at least, for sure. I've recently been going not as well on the first day, but this time around it went well. Still don't like the format. I still think the sealed is a bomb fest, and it's only really fun if both of your decks are very, very similar. They both have to be bomby or they both have to be bad. Then you can have some fun. Otherwise, I don't think the sealed format has legs. I'm hoping the draft is better. I haven't had a chance yet. You better believe tomorrow when it goes live, we're going to be drafting, and we're going to find out how it is. So yeah, let me know how your pre-release went in the comments down below. What did you open? What was exciting? What underperformed? What overperformed? I will tell you, anybody who thought that Callous Dismissal was bad was blatantly wrong. It's super, super good. Also, Toll of the Invasion, I was wrong about it. Same thing as Callous Dismissal. It's a brain maggot. It's a brain maggot, but better. Always play your Toll of the Invasion. It's just super good. Well, not super good. It's good, we'll say. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below how your weekends went. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, over on patreon.com/manaleek. You can go to inkgaming.com, use the promo code manaleek10, all one word, to get 10% off your order. You can click that thumbs up button. It really does actually seriously help. You can click subscribe if you want to see more. Also helps. But if you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.